What's up guys, Alex from FIFA Scouting Tips here, and welcome to this guide to the best cheap high potential right backs in FIFA 15. Now I'm just going to show you the recommendations today rather than the whole list, but if you go to FIFAscoutingtips.com, there'll be the whole article there with potentials, prices, wages, all that good stuff on there. Not just the recommendations, so make sure you head over there and have a look. But today we're going to have a detailed look at my recommendations. And just a quick note before we get started, usually when I do these articles and in the previous videos I've done, I set a maximum overall for these players at 73, just so it keeps costs down and it gives a good number of players. What I found today though was that with right backs, there weren't so many results doing that for some reason. I don't know why. I've had a look at left backs with the same criteria, and there were absolutely loads of players who matched the criteria. With the right backs it wasn't so many, so I had to up the maximum starting overall to 75. But that's just so you know, in the future videos all the players will have a maximum overall of 73. So anyway, let's get on with the recommendations. Now first of all, we have Nathaniel Klein from Southampton, and he starts out at 75 overall. He's got 81 potential, 23 years old. If you send your scout to have a look at him, he'll come back with a value of £2.4 million, but an inquiry to Southampton, they want £8.5 million. Now as you can see, I got him for £5.5 million, and that was my first bid as well, so I expect you could probably get him for less. You could probably get him for around about £5 million, maybe even £4.5 million if you're lucky. So that could be a great bargain considering how much Southampton want for him. He has £30,000 in wages, a 2-year contract, he's right-footed, with a 3-star weak foot and 3-star skill moves, which is fairly rare for a fullback. Now if we have a look at some of his stats, you'll see why I'm recommending him. He's extremely fast, he's got great pace, but as well as that he's got really high stamina, so he can keep running all day long up and down the flanks. He's got half decent strength as well, so he shouldn't be pushed off the ball too easily, but his attacking stats are pretty much just as good as his defensive stats as well. So he's got 78 crossing, which will come in really handy with setting up all those chances in the box. He's got great dribbling as well and ball control, so he can beat defenders going forward, but his marking and his slide tackle, as well as his interceptions and stand tackle, they're all pretty good as well, so he can dispossess opponents and create attacks from that position as well. Now like I said, he was £5.5 million, so he's one of the sort of the top end options on this list, but he's well worth it. He starts out at 75 overall, so that's really good starting overall, very high potential, and he'll be a really useful player if you have that kind of money to spend on a right back. Now if you want a cheaper option, I'd recommend this player here, Felipe Campos. He plays for CD Palestino in Chile, and he starts out at 67 overall. He's got 80 potential, 20 years old. Your scout puts a value of £425,000 on him. His club come back with a price of £3.7 million, but I got him for £2.5 million, so that seemed like a pretty good deal. That was about a third off for his price. His wages are just £750, so he is very cheap in that regard. So if you can afford his transfer fee, you can definitely afford his wages, and you may think that you can't afford him, but if you shift your budget ratio over a bit, you may find that actually you can afford him, given that his wages are so affordable. He has a 6-year contract. He is right-footed with a 3-star weak foot and 2-star skill moves. And I didn't just choose him because he's fairly cheap, I also chose him because he has some really useful stats in here. So he's got good pace, 80 acceleration, 75 sprint speed, but as well as that he's very strong. He's got 78 strength, which is pretty unusual for a right back. Most right backs are quite slight, they're not hugely strong, and they can get pushed off the ball quite easily. That's not going to happen with him. This is going to be useful going forward and defending, because he can dispossess opponents pretty well with his strength, but as well as that he can keep hold of the ball if they try and tackle him when he's going forward. So that's really useful, and you'll find that he should play a bit better than his overall would suggest, simply because he can win the ball back more easily and keep hold of it as well, thanks to his strength. And he has got very high potential as well, 80 potential, but he's still fairly young, so he could well exceed that. Growth in FIFA 15 seems to be pretty good with young players, and as well as that they can keep growing when they're older as well, so I wouldn't be surprised if you could get him into perhaps the mid 80s, so he'd be a very good option considering he'd only cost you around about £2.5 million. Now, my final recommendation is DeAndre Yedlin, from Sounders FC, and I put him in here because even though he is actually on loan for the full season, that means that you can't get him straight away. He is just such an exceptional player, and I've just moved him across to Barcelona just so I could show you some of his stats and attributes. He has 68 overall with 82 potential. He starts out at age 20, as you can see here, he's 21 because I think his birthday's in the summer, so he turns 21 quite soon after starting a season. He is, like I said, playing for Sounders FC in the MLS, but that's on loan from Spurs. Your scout reckons he has a value of £600,000. His wages are £8,000. He is right-footed with a 3-star weak foot and 3-star skill moves. And now if we have a look again at some of his stats, he has some absolutely fantastic physical stats. He's one of the fastest players in the game, I'd say. 94 acceleration and 93 sprint speed. But like Klein, he's got great stamina as well, so he can keep running all day long up and down the wings. 90 stamina is going to be really, really useful for him. 83 balance and 86 agility as well. He should be very easy to beat defenders with when he's going forward. And he's also got a powerful shot as well and good dribbling, so he is a very good attacking player. Now his marking is not quite so good, but his tackling is very good, or very decent for his overall, and that's just going to grow and grow because he's got 82 potential, so he's going to become a very competent player within just a couple of years. Now, like I said, he is on loan for the first season, so you can't get him then, but I would definitely recommend putting an inquiry into him come the start of the second season, because you often find that players who spend a year on a computer team grow really, really well. They have a massive overall jump if they've got high potential, often much higher than you could achieve if they are on your team, but as well as that, very often their price doesn't go up as much as you'd think, so it's well worth inquiring about him in the second season to see how much you can get him for. Now, these are my 3 main recommendations. Like I said, if you go to FIFAscoutingtips.com, there will be the full article with all the players on there, all their prices, their wages, all their potential, all their key things like how long their contract is, how good their skill moves are, all that kind of stuff. So make sure you check out that article. There'll be a link in the description below. If you've got any ideas on what you want me to do in future videos of these, do you want to see stats of how good they are in a few years' time, or maybe some gameplay stats, or any other ideas you have for these articles, please do let me know, and I'll try and incorporate that in future videos. But until next time, thanks for watching. Make sure you leave a like if you thought this video was good, and I'll see you next time.